instructor, Sir Roldan Ardenez. Today, I'll be discussing the history and stages of global media and culture. From ancient oral traditions to today's digital world, media has played a huge role in shaping societies and connecting cultures across the globe. Number 1. Oral and written traditions. In the earliest times, people shared stories and traditions by speaking. This was how history and culture were passed down from one generation to another. Later, writing was invented and people started recording information on clay tablets, scroll, and books. But since books were written by hand, only a few people like scholars and leaders had access to them. Number 2. The print era. Then came the printing press invented by Johannes Gutenberg. This made books, newspaper, and pamphlets easier and cheaper to produce. More, more people learned to read and ideas spread faster. This led to big changes in society like the Renaissance, the Protestant Reformations, and revolutions. Newspapers also help people stay informed about events in different places. Number 3. The broadcast era. In the late 19th and 20th century, new inventions like the telegraph, telephone, radio, and television changes how people communicated. Radio became important for news and entertainment, especially during the World War II. Later, television became popular and influenced fashion, music, and politics worldwide. Number 4. The digital and internet age. Then the internet changes everything. Now, people can instantly access information, talk to others from the different countries, and share ideas online. Social media platforms like Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram allow people to connect globally. Streaming services like YouTube and Netflix also bring entertainment from different cultures to a wider audience. Number 5. The AI and virtual reality era. Today, we are entering a new stage of the media. Artificial intelligence is helping create content, and virtual reality is changing how the experiences in media. There, there are also new technologies like blockchain that may change how media is shared and owned in the future.
Analyze how various media drive various forms of global integration. So this passage explains how various media like news, entertainment, and social media drive globalization. It highlights five key mechanisms. So first is dissemination of information and ideas. So media shares information and perspectives across borders for steering, understanding, and cooperation on global issues. This creates a sense of a shared experience and common goals. And second is facilitating cultural exchange. Media like movies, music, and literature introduce audience to different cultures, fostering appreciation and empathy. This breaks down geographical barriers and promotes cross-cultural understanding. Third is creating global communities. Social media platforms connect individuals worldwide, enabling them to share experiences, build relationships, and collaborate on projects irrespective of location. These online communities transcend geographical limitation, fostering a sense of global citizenship and shared identity. And fourth is promoting global markets. Advertising and marketing campaigns utilize media to create demand for goods and services from around the world, stimulating economic integration. The global reach media allows business to target international markets and consumers to access products from diverse sources, fueling interconnectedness. And the last is promoting global political discourse. Media facilitates discussions and debates on global political issues, enabling citizens to engage with international affairs and participate in global political processes. This fosters a sense of global interconnectedness and shared responsibility for addressing global challenges.
The dynamic between local and global cultural production is shaped by a complex interplay of influence, adaptation, and resistance. 1. Global influence of local cultures, cultural flows. Globalization facilitates the spread of cultural products across borders, often shaping local tastes and preference. For example, Hollywood film influence local film industries worldwide. 2. Local resistance and adaptation, preservation of traditions. Some communities actively resist global cultural dominance by promoting indigenous and traditional cultural practice. 3. The role of digital media, decentralization of cultural productions. The internet allows local creators to share their cultural expressions globally, reducing reliance on traditional gatekeepers like major media corporations for economic and political dimensions. Economic inequality in cultural production. Global markets often favor dominant players, making it difficult for similar local cultural producers to compete. 5. Tensions and opportunities. Cultural appreciation versus exchange. When global entities adopt elements of local cultures without proper acknowledge of benefit sharing, it can lead to acquisitions of cultural appreciation.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is about what role of media and globalization. The role of media in globalization is multifaceted and significant, influencing various aspects of society, culture, economy, and politics. Here are some key roles that media plays in the context of globalization. So, number 1, international news broadcasting. Media outlets like BBC and CNN provide global news coverage, allowing audiences to stay informed about international events and issues. Number 2, cultural exchange. Films, music, and television shows from different countries are shared worldwide, promoting cross-cultural understanding and appreciation. Number 3, social media platforms. Platforms like Twitter and Facebook enable real-time communication and sharing of information across borders, facilitating global conversations. Number 4, digital streaming services. Services like Netflix and Spotify allow users to access content from various cultures, broadening entertainment options and cultural exposure. Number 5, online journalism. Digital news platforms provide diverse perspectives on global issues, helping to shape public opinion and awareness on a worldwide scale. 6, advertising and consumer culture. Global media companies leverage advertising to promote consumerist ideas, often leading to the adoptions of Western products and lifestyles in foreign markets.
Give the pros and cons of media globalization. So before we proceed, I will explain to you what is media globalization. Media globalization refers to a process where media content, technologies, and industry transcend nation borders, creating a worldwide flow of information and culture. The spread of global trade is positive impact to media globalization. The influence of media support across the border trade to boost economic growth in developing and developed countries. Media information and accessible communicating improve the world's economy by facilitating cultural exchange. So here are the pros of media globalization. First, it improved technology, increased competition, increased job opportunities, increased capital, increased foster international collaboration. And for example, the increased job opportunities like journalism, content creation, digital marketing, and media technology. At ease has opened up new markets and create a demand for professionals who can produce and distribute content on a global scale.
Cons in media globalization. So cons refer to the negative effect or disadvantage that come with the increased interconnectedness and interdependence of the world economies, cultures, and societies. While globalization has many benefits such as economic growth and cultural exchange, the cons can include issues like cultural erosion, economic inequality, loss of jobs, environmental degradation, exploitation of labor, political influence. So the example, loss of jobs. Clothing manufacturer move its production to Bangladesh, where labor costs are lower. As a result, many workers in the US factory lost their jobs, leading to the higher unemployment in that region and economic struggle for the displacement workers. So these cons in media globalization highlight the challenges and inequalities that can arise as the world become more interconnected.
Is there globalization without media? So the answer is no. Globalization as we understand it today would not exist without media. Media, both traditional, print, radio, television, and digital internet, social media, streaming platforms, play a crucial role in shaping and accelerating globalization by facilitating the rapid exchange of information, culture, and ideas across borders. Without media, globalization would be significantly slower and more limited in scope. Media create shared narratives, spread cultural trends, and influence political and economic structures on a global scale. From the news, coverage the shape, international perspective to the entertainment industries that create transnational fun communities, media drive the incorrectness that defines globalization.
Media globalization as a form of cultural imperialism. So here's the introduction. In the era of rapid technological advancement, media globalization has become a dominant force shaping how people around the world consume information, entertainment, and culture. Media globalization refers to the process by which media content such as movies, television, show, music, news, and digital platforms spread across borders, creating a globally interconnected media environment. Here's the key characteristic of cultural imperialism. So the first is domination of cultural narratives, where dominant culture controls the story, values, and ideologies presented in the media. So the second is homogenization of culture, the spread of a uniform global culture that can lead to the erosion of local tradition and the diversity. So the last is power imbalance. The flow of cultural product typically moves from powerful nation to less dominant ones, creating unequal cultural influence.
Media globalization of a form cultural imperialism. For example, is a content dominance. Global media often features content from dominant culture, particularly Western cultures, which can overshadow local tradition and narrative. This can lead homogenization of a culture where local identities and practices may be marginalized. The second example is access and influence. Global media platform can influence a culture, norms, and values across the globe. For example, the widespread and consumption of the Hollywood films can shape the perception and lifestyle in various countries, potentially leading to the erosion of local cultures. Third example is resistance and adoption. While media globalization can promote cultural imperialism, it can also lead to resistance and adoption. Local culture often reinterpret and blind global media influences, creating hybrid forms of expression that reflect both global and local identities. Fourth is the economic factor. The power dynamic in media globalization are also influenced by economic factors. Countries with more resources can produce and distribute their media more effectively, which can counterbalance cultural imperialism to some extent.
Media globalization is like a giant network connecting people all over the world through news, entertainment, and information. It's like the world has become a smaller place because we can easily see and hear what's happening in other countries. But like everything, it has good and bad sides. Like more information and entertainment. We can get to see movies, TV shows, and news from different cultures, which can be very interesting and educational. Understanding other cultures. It helps us learn about how other people live and think. We can use more tolerant and open-minded, faster communication. We can easily talk to people from other countries, share ideas, and work together on projects. Spreading ideas and movements, important messages like those about human rights or environmental issues can spread quickly around the world. Cons: cultural dominance. Sometimes the ideas and values of powerful countries can overshadow local culture, making them less diverse. Misinformation. It can be hard to tell that what's true and what's not, as fake news or biased information can spread quickly. Privacy concerns. Our personal information might be collected and shared by global media companies, which can be risk to our privacy.